Welcome to Dagnabbit Boys podcast.
Welcome to Dagnabbit Boys. I'm the silly one. Shane's the smart one.
Yep, that's how it is today.
If you're new to the pod, that's pretty much what you're looking at.
That's our dynamic. We got the I'm the straight man and he's the freaking silly guy.
I'm the hot one and he's the bookworm.
Not really, I guess. I'm more of the hot one, you know. I got a fresh shave today. I don't know if it looks good. It probably doesn't. Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
I'm the partier. He's the studier.
He's the funny hitter. I'm that funny.
That's cooler.
Yeah, that is a little cooler, but I mean, I do it to girls.
Well, I mean, jury's out on you.
Jury's out?
A lot of gay guys think you're gay.
Really?
No, but isn't it
What
funny?
gay guy? We don't know many gay guys, actually.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Good for us. Fuck yeah. Nice.
I think we know like 3,
Saving us
and
a
we
lot
don't
of,
really talk to them that much.
saving us a lot of guff.
Yeah.
Well, the gay guys in the comedy scene kind of act like Asians in the comedy scene. They sort of clump into a group.
Yeah.
And that's an observation of their choices.
And they're allowed to choose whatever they want. They chose
Yeah.
to be gay. They can choose to hang out with only gays.
Sure, I'll agree with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have no interest. I don't care anymore.
Have you drafted an apology yet for any of the stuff we've said in the pod? I got one in the back pocket.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just Shane Gillis's apology.
Oh, that's what you would do? You would just release the exact same
Yes.
apology?
Yeah.
I would release Shane Gillis's apology, but I would copy and paste it so it's double. I would double it.
Yeah, just so, and then you would double it. You'd say, you'd post it, and then you'd add to reiterate, and then you'd have it again.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking just one long text where there's a clear indentation. So then if people are like, you didn't even write it, that's just Shane Gillis's apology, I go, I doubled it.
Yeah,
So-
this is twice as much apology.
However,
So in a way, I'm more sorry than he was.
however sad or sorry Shane was, I'm double that.
Yeah.
And he's super famous, so my thing is
If I double it, then I'll be double famous, too.
to be double famous. Which
Yeah.
is, I shouldn't say that out loud, because that's the quiet part.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much the plan with the pod.
Is eventually we'll get in trouble for something we say. Probably something stupid.
The funniest thing in the world would be for one of us to get on SNL and then for people to listen to the pod and get angry and then for just nobody to like it. Just get on. I don't know if that could really happen again, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like the fans and stuff, they had juice for one resurrection.
Do you think they're just heavy combing people now? They
On
have to be
SNL?
like, yeah, they have to be probably going. But then again, Cam was just on, and he's like, kill Tony. So maybe they just at this point they're like, well, we don't care. That's all done.
Well, physically and metaphorically, it's a different comb for black people.
Oh,
Well, because they're dealing with like not really actually politically engaged people. They're dealing with like white liberals who are kind of holding on to like 2016,
yeah,
So they understand that to those people, a black Trump supporter is sort of like it's like a hologram. Like they don't know how to touch that.
yeah,
They don't know what to do with that because they don't understand that. They kind of, they don't want to be. The people that were mad at Shane Gillis, I think, also are worried about being mad at a young black guy
huh?
and how that would look.
Yeah. Wait, how about this?
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot.
Well, I like it anyway.
Yeah, I forgot what I was
Still
going
your
to say.
friend.
I just woke up. Shit's going crazy today. We both just woke up.
Yeah, I was not awake when you texted me.
Yeah.
Listen, we're okay.
My sister says hi, by the way.
Oh.
Funny. Yeah, I told her I was going to record a podcast, and she said hi.
Oh.
Funny. Yeah. Funny. She's
Oh.
married, though, so don't get any funky ideas.
All right, well, man, I hope that works out, and if it don't, you know where I'm at.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in Los Angeles. She's somewhere in Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe you'll move.
Things don't work out here. Yeah.
Yeah, you move to Tennessee.
I'd also just like to maybe just move in with her family, you know?
It's not a good idea. I tried that.
You didn't like it?
Moving in with my family or her family?
Her family.
Oh. No, her family's good.
Yeah.
But you'd be moving in with her and her husband.
No, I know. I'm not talking about anything sexual.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can check that. Yeah, that's fun.
They do their thing. I do my thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we watch Van Wilder or something. Sometimes we get together, watch a movie.
Watch Van Wilder. That's her favorite movie.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Van Wilder's actually based on the life of Bert Kreischer.
I know.
Any fans of Bert Kreischer?
Bert Kreischer, do you know he's actually
a snake in a human's body? He's like a snake from space that put on a human body, and he slithers out of the human body every night to go to sleep and hang out with his wife, who's also a snake from space.
Where'd you hear that?
He's talked about it on a podcast.
Oh, and he's like laughing. He's like, I swear.
Yeah, nobody really believes him, but then the snake head popped out of his mouth for a minute.
When he was laughing so hard?
Yeah.
He was like, and then the snake came out and was like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And came back in.
Well, yeah, the snakes think that the best way in order to ingratiate themselves into humanity is through the power of laughter, which is the most important thing.
Wait, so they're lizard people, but they believe in the power of laughter?
Yes.
Are they evil?
Yes. Very
What
evil.
do they want?
They want to take over the world. They want to kill us all. They want to put us all in internment camps.
I like to imagine you saying this on a date to a lady, to a nice lady. Kind of nice.
All right. Let's act that out on the podcast. I'll be the girl and you'll be Shane.
You want me to be you?
Yes.
Wouldn't you be better at it?
I mean,
okay, you want to be the girl. That's
okay,
fine. You can be the girl.
Shane, you're so cool and awesome. I really like everything about you. You're so great, Shane. Do you have anything important to say?
Yeah, sometimes, you like people and you don't really know who they are. I used to like this one guy, and then I figured out that he was pretty much a bear in a man's body.
That's awesome. Oh, my God. You're so cool. Oh, man. Tell me more.
It's pretty much just a bear inside of a man's body. Obviously came from the woods. Obviously worked with the CIA. Obviously had been fitted out with a human suit, trying to take over the world, trying to make some sort of bear empire, bear oligarchy, something like that.
You're so smart.
And pretty much they believe in love, light, and happiness to spread their message of bear supremacy. And that's pretty much what's happening. And if you look close there, waiter's a bear, and you're probably not looking closely because you don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care that much about whether or not they're bears. All I care about is you.
You're obviously
anyway,
a bear.
Being a supermodel's going good.
Okay, I see why you wanted to play the girl. I see what your plan was all along.
What do you mean? We're still doing it. We're still doing this date.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're a supermodel because I don't find women attractive.
Oh, I know that's a lie because you've had sex with 1 million women and you've loved every single one of them and you're really good at sex and you think men are gross and you throw up when you see a man, and we had a waiter that's a man and you threw up because it's a man.
If you go ask any of those women if we actually had sex, you'd find out that essentially we got into the room, I told them I'm actually straight, and then we painted each other's nails and I cried.
Wow, you're so funny. I'm so happy about all these hilarious jokes you're making right now, which is clearly a joke. I'm gonna watch a video you fucking real quick. Oh wow, you're so good at this. You're clearly so into this.
It's a video of me getting fucked on gayguys.com, the biggest gay site in the world. You know that?
I don't know that.
You know it.
I don't know that.
Oh shit.
Oh, my IQ test just came in. Oh, I got a 300 IQ. It's the highest recorded one. And as the smartest person who's ever lived, I want to say you're the most straight guy I've ever met.
IQ tests are a bastion of white supremacy, and you know it.
I don't. This is actually a special IQ test, and I'm black. You know that because you have really good vision, and everything about you is awesome.
So you're a model?
Supermodel.
And you have a 300-point IQ?
Yeah. What are you being Cooper right now? Trying to question me?
Well, just like, are you
I met Cooper. I didn't like him.
Okay. Where'd you meet Cooper?
Well, through you.
What was his problem? What didn't you like about him?
He's just a fucking,
What?
Yeah, I just don't, I don't know how I feel about him.
What, is he a little quiet, maybe?
He's quiet.
Yeah, you can't take that.
He's
you can't hold that
quiet.
against
He's
What's
not.
wrong with that?
He's not hot and sexy like you,
what
Shane.
the hell?
Yeah, it's just Shane is just so good, which is you.
You do think you're the hot one. Neither of us are, but I think you do think you're the hot one.
I'm the hot one. Yeah, I'm the hot one.
I like that kind of comes out. That occasionally I'll see that you think you're like the sexy one of our duo.
I don't think that. I think all human beings are beautiful.
I don't.
That's crazy. That's why that supermodel didn't like you. You're saying stuff like that.
Physically, I don't.
No, I think if you meet any person in the world and you get to know them, physically they become hot. Even a guy missing all of his arms and legs, all of his appendages, his eyeballs are being carved out and shit. To me, that's a 10.
So if there's a guy whose eyeballs had been taken out and replaced with pieces of shit, his mouth sewed shut, his ears turned into like swastikas, like cut in a way that they then look like swastikas, and then the rest of his body has a bunch of tiny cuts, so they're always bleeding, and his penis is in 5 pieces. That guy's beautiful.
Did you describe the love of my fucking life?
Okay.
Because that guy sounds so fucking hot. He seems troubled also and deep.
I found a person on Instagram who I've seen before. They're part of a band. They think they're starting a movement.
Oh.
The movement is called Music Anarchy, where all they do is take a guitar or a piano and they just go like they don't, like they just, you know how like a kid plays it, they just do that, and then they like scream about like being fat, or they're also trans, so they talk about that or stuff.
I like that people are discovering shit people did 100 years ago and thinking they invented it.
Okay, well there's that, but I was also thinking, like, because I was monologuing to myself about it.
Yeah.
And I don't have a depth of knowledge about whatever, like noise music, stuff that you've talked about. I don't think you need to have one to understand the concept I'm breaching here.
Of course.
Would something like that band you showed me, SPK,
Yeah.
which if you haven't heard them, they're great. What they're doing is actually interesting, because
it's very deliberate.
Well, because it's deliberate, and they're oftentimes not using instruments.
Yeah.
Which I think is a more direct and powerful way of pushing forward what the idea of music can be. By being like, well, if I bang a thing or break a glass or do this or that, can that still be music? The answer is yes. But if you just like take a guitar and play it wrong, it doesn't really exist as like a new creation.
Yeah.
It just exists as a destruction or as a reaction.
It sounds like they're a Yankee.
Oh, they're a Yankee.
Yeah?
Well, honestly, I assume, I don't know. I mean, they could be like,
they're from Canada,
born in a South place and moved to. They're definitely living in a Yankee state, I'll tell you that much.
Oh my God, that sounds like the most Yankee shit I ever heard.
You can't get away with this in a small town.
Yeah, try it. Try this in a small town.
Try that in a small town.
They'd be like, no, play fucking Jason Aldean.
I mean, truly, like, they posted a video yesterday where they're like, I find jazz to be a really limiting art form, and I think it's like too rigid. And they're like, I went to jazz sessions, I thought jazz was about freedom, and it was not. And then there's just all these, and they're white, of course.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they do literally have blue hair, which I'm surprised people are still doing that.
So they're probably not from New York City. They're probably from Boston.
I don't think people from New York do the blue hair. I don't
think so. I don't think people from LA or New York do that.
No. But then they posted one thing where it's like, I think jazz is a limiting art form. And then like, just like, it was really funny because then just like a bunch of black people were like, this is the whitest bullshit I've ever fucking heard. Fuck you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They view like chords as like a kind of oppression, I guess.
Yeah.
Where they're like, people are trying to tell you how to use a guitar. What I don't understand is just like, if you play a guitar in the way it wasn't meant to be played, it doesn't mean you created something new.
Well, this leads us to a segment idea. So this made me think this.
Yeah.
Right? That we need to train musicians
These are new ideas.
Yeah.
We're trying
So
to
we have
think
a
of
new
segments
segment
for the show. So welcome. Maybe I'll put a graphic up. This is new ideas. These are ideas of either a ton of just new ideas, things to make the world better, things to make it worse, new ideas on how to act, new ideas on anything. Things you've never heard before.
So here's my idea.
You've never heard this idea before, so get ready. Seriously, listen up.
So we have, so you know how they have these schools like music schools and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They have all these classes about music.
Yeah.
It should be mandatory. A class called How to Not Be Annoying.
Ooh.
Yes. So, and if you fail that class, you are not allowed to pick up an instrument ever until you pass that class. It's legally binding. So if you take a music school, you go to Juilliard or whatever.
Yeah.
You have your first semester. It's all about how to not be annoying, how to listen and stuff, and how to dress and shit.
So would you want like if they fail the class, then they're given, like you would need like a security guard at Sam Ash maybe.
Yes.
That would be carding people.
Yes.
That would be like, oh, sorry.
If you try to go to Guitar Center or something, well, I don't know though, because then you're opting out all the people that didn't go to music. But if you go to music school,
more so you get a card if you fail.
If you get a card if you fail.
No, but you need a card if you... Oh, fuck, that's
You need
tough.
a card if you pass, yeah. So how about this? You have a card that becomes a part of your ID. That if you go to music school, you have to get a separate ID.
You have to get annoying ID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and they put everyone that goes to music school in a list that's part of TSA and part of all this sorts of shit.
Yeah. You can't get on flights either.
You can't get on flight. Where are you going to go?
Because they're like, oh, I gotta bring, my 5-neck guitar on the plane. You're being annoying. You're not getting on the plane.
You're not getting on the plane.
You don't need that many necks.
But anyway, this becomes a part of your ID. You have to turn in your ID in order to apply to music school.
Yeah.
And they make a list. And if you don't, if you don't pass the first semester, then you can never buy an instrument or own an instrument. If you have an instrument, then you are arrested and you're put into prison with murderers and criminals and pedophiles.
You're put in like
maximum security prison,
like the one in Colorado where El Chapo was.
Yes, and that's where you go if they catch you with that. And then once a week, we do have a man that comes. We have somebody that comes in. Maybe fucking ICE could do it.
Sure.
Maybe we could have ICE.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah, what are they doing that's important? They come in, they check in, they make sure you aren't holding any contraband, like musical instruments.
Yeah.
And they also make sure you aren't using household items as instruments. Which if you fail the class, you definitely also think household instruments can be instrument. Like you'll have people trying to play like jars and stuff.
Yeah, annoying people are into that.
Yes, they love that.
But not in the cool way.
Not in the awesome cool way.
Because there is a cool way.
There's a cool way, but they're not into that. They actually hate being cool.
Yeah.
They hate actually being cool.
I like that. And then if they start a band, it's automatically labeled a terrorist group.
Yes. And we're going to get rid of all the death penalties unless you start a band that's annoying.
Oh, wait, so the death penalty is outlawed in America except for like annoying 19-year-olds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, there's another kid on Instagram who's popular. I think he currently goes to the Berklee School of Music.
Ooh.
And he plays these guitars that are like the 10-string ones.
Mm-hmm.
And he's studying jazz. And he's doing like, I don't know what you would call it, a sort of high-level conceptual jazz where he's really good at guitar. He's playing like every note, but he's playing like scales nobody's really heard of. And it doesn't sound like it lacks direction.
Yeah.
But it's very like, and he has like a huge nose ring. But he is very talented.
He's very talented.
And he could go on to make something that's very interesting.
And we're going to have to lose a couple of those guys, unfortunately.
Like, does he go?
Well, if he tries to if he takes the annoying class, they probably take the fucking nose ring out of his fucking nose. And
I think people have a healthy respect, because here's the thing, is people do comment and they're like, this guy's doing dupe-to-dupes. But he never talks. He just posts videos where he's just playing.
Yeah.
And he kind of is tongue-in-cheek where he's like, I know that I do a style of music. that's like very, not very accessible, but it's what I like. And, he's not very abrasive. So should there be
that's why we have to have the annoying class, is because so that guy can be taught how to act.
Yeah.
And then he can go into normal society.
Yeah, he could be less annoying. I do think you would have to let him pass the class because the kid does undeniably understand form, and right now he's sort of
that's why it's a class. The class has nothing to do with music.
Yeah,
it's how to act class.
It's how to act. If he took the nose ring, honestly, if he looked like a guy who worked in an office, people would be like, "This is sick."
Yeah,
but he looks like a guy whose name is like
Squiggly.
Quiggly, yeah,
Squiggly,
yeah. But he might be chill. I don't know. But
I don't know. We haven't met the guy, so if you're that guy, reach out to us. Let us know.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll have a couple interview questions prepared.
But the first person I talked about, the music anarchist. First off, they say they started a movement, which
can't do that. You already failed.
Yeah. Here's the number one thing: if you are, I was gonna say under a certain age. Honestly, if you're really any age, and you say that you've started a movement, you're being annoying.
Yes.
You're being very annoying. But yeah, they just take the guitar. They posted a video where they're laying on their bed and they're playing the guitar haphazardly, not playing any particular note, just moving their hand around really aggressively and then taking their feet and hitting a keyboard and then just screaming. And then people comment and they're like, this sucks. Like, you could never play this again.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why would I want to play it again? That's the whole point of music anarchy. And then they go, what I really like is they go, we've been working, because I guess they have a band or friends. I don't see them in the videos. But they go, maybe they refer to themselves as, I don't know. But they're like, we've been working for 2.5 years on this, and we've gotten better at it. But when you don't have a methodology of what you're doing, then I don't know how you get better at something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could go through the videos and try to, like, the earliest video, check out how that is compared to the most recent video.
But like I could, and not that I think this really detracts from an art form, but I could go upstairs and do what they do right now. It's not an acquired skill.
Yeah.
It's like if I spent 2.5 years going on stage to be like, like, I wouldn't really get better at that.
You might.
But I would. But like, I don't think you can get better at a methodology who's like, when your only idea is continuously reject form, continuously reject like structure, continuously reject building your own structure,
reject black people music
along the way. Also somehow kind of just do weird things that are oddly racist.
Yes.
Which is that's the beauty of
the annoying person.
I don't like the idea. I think politically I am more radical than I am artistically. I think artistically I am almost somewhat conservative. And by that I mean I am very sick of people who do this thing where they go, I'm breaking down the form, because oftentimes the people you see doing it have not invested in the form and don't understand that a more interesting, more newer thing is to do the form and then do the form in a way that hasn't been done. Because throwing out the baby with the bathwater, throwing out the whole form doesn't lead you to a thing,
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that goes back to stuff I've said about that people, when instead of writing dramatic jokes that are funny, they want to do drama on stage.
Yeah, well, it's like a good example is like people want to be really alty and they want to be really interesting. A good example is a guy like Chris Fleming.
Yeah.
Who, if you haven't seen him, he's a funny stand-up comedian. The way he does stand-up comedy is a way that I haven't seen other people do stand-up comedy. But he is on stage and he is talking into a mic. But then he found a way to do stand-up comedy in a way that I haven't seen it. Yeah. It's much more interesting than when somebody comes up in a costume or doing a character or has a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
There's a very rudimentary way of like breaking form that people seem to think they've like found something interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a smart guy. I don't claim to understand big concepts. But I was thinking
It's because
about,
you're the silly one.
because I'm the silly one.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get more into being silly, and I like engaging with concepts that are out of my league, but for fun.
Like with women and stuff. Because
No,
every single woman's out of your league.
No, I've had sex and dated beautiful women.
That's news to me. That's
No,
news
no,
to
it's
me
not.
that you've dated.
No, it's not.
It's not news to
And
me.
I don't.
This is what we call roasting. We're a roast podcast.
I don't
New rule, new idea. Roasting becomes the
write it down.
yeah.
I don't want to, but I'll write it down. Roasting.
Yeah. New idea. So
It's
we've always talked
cool.
about a language. America's main language, like, is it English? Is it any of this? I think America's main language is roasting.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
so when somebody moves here, we sort of teach them how to be like,
how to make fun of people's shoes.
you call that a bumper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So like you show an immigrant a pair of shoes and you say, what's wrong with these shoes? What do they look like?
And then if they're like, they look like you just came from grandma's house.
Okay.
Then you're like, okay.
All right. Yeah.
nice.
Congrats.
Yeah. You look like they have to find out the concept of roasting where it sounds like it's the words are a compliment, but they're not.
Yes.
Where they'd be like, damn,
This is advanced.
coming around looking like you a dapper young man.
Yeah.
And then that'll be tough for some people because they'll be like, isn't it good to be dapper? Like they'll be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can steal our jobs. And only then
Once you funny, you can take my job if you funny.
Yeah. And my job is to be funny.
If
so
you quick
think
with
about it.
then you can be funny.
Think about it. They can take our jobs.
I think we have a big problem in this country. And I want to get hated on for this because I know I'm using terms wrong. I've been watching videos about books I haven't read, which is a really easy way to be annoying.
Yes. One of the ultimate ways.
One of the ultimate ways to be annoying.
All-timer.
And I'm going straight to I'm like doing the dab version of being annoying, where I'm watching videos about books written by like modern, postmodern French philosophers in the 60s.
Okay.
So this is like the core of annoying.
Can you go through and bleep everything you just said?
I have to be honest. Okay? But here's a way to get out of being annoying. Mention it.
No.
I think a big part of being annoying is a lack of awareness and a snootiness.
I guess, I guess you're right.
I think you can break that down. I think this preface goes to show that, listen, I'm a dumbass, and if you've read the books I'm about to bring up, you're going to be mad.
Oh, you're going to be pissed.
But this guy...
Let's add some like some silly music to this.
We'll add some. We'll add the dun 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 dun. That's me trying to think about philosophy or whatever. This guy, Deleuze, which we've discussed.
You Deluser.
He is for Deleuzeers.
Yeah,
he's number one Deleuzer philosopher. He is invested in an idea called deterritorialization and reterritorialization. Deterritorialization can be physical, but also metaphorical. Sometimes it's taking people out of physical space, and then they're deterritorialized from their physical space. It's essentially the extraction of self, either physically or metaphorically, from a predominant way of thinking or living. Now, what he talks about, this is where it gets interesting.
Oh, sorry, I was dreaming about fucking pussy,
and that's
shit.
a good reaction, and it's a better thing to think about. What I see a lot in the world is a lot of people who want to do something new, who have some sort of dread about the repetition of whatever we're in now. They deterritorialize themselves from predominant ways of doing things, such as music theory. This music anarchist, I think they've done one step of deterritorializing themselves from music. What Deleuze talks about, and what the accelerationists ignore, is that he talks about reterritorializing, where he's like, if you want to be creative and you want to make something new, you do have to extract yourself or reject forms, but then you have to land somewhere. You have to get somewhere new. We were talking about somebody like SPK.
Yes.
They got somewhere new. They went, okay, we won't make normal music. Break it down. Now we got a new thing. Most bad art you see simply exists as a rejection and a destruction. So, what do we do with this? What are some new ideas we could get from this?
Oh, okay.
So, if you have a person that thinks that their art is radical and that they're kind of mad at everybody who doesn't like it, they have to learn how to play Help by the Beatles perfectly.
Here's an idea.
And if they can do that, they're allowed to come back into society.
This is, I guess, kind of related. I had a new idea.
Yeah.
A new idea. So a lot of people have been talking about rap music. It's lost its edge. People aren't killing each other as much. It's not a street.
Mm-hmm.
We have had a couple, rappers get murdered recently within the last couple of years. But here's my idea. So rappers should record and film themselves rapping, but in the middle of the rap, a guy comes in and shoots them dead, and then that's released.
And what's that in pursuit of? Is that to make
it's to bring the street life back to rap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine if Jelly Roll did a song, like a country, but he's also rapping.
So, like, he's on Tiny Desk.
Yeah, he's on Tiny Desk.
And then a guy walks in and shoots him in the stomach.
Yes.
Where he's like, I only talk to...
Yes. And then that brings...
And then is his pain also the music?
Yes.
And that's a separate song.
It's the same song.
It's the same song.
And then they keep the same beat.
You keep the beat over the sounds of him dealing with like an abdominal.
And then nobody comes to help him.
Nobody comes to help him.
Yes.
And how often does that happen?
It could happen like once a month.
To like every rapper? Does it happen to only bad rappers? Who's it happening to?
The new up-and-comer young bloods. A lot of it. The young bloods, and then the old heads try to capture that, and then they get killed.
Okay.
They'd be like, these young bloods are onto something new.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like that happens to like Jay-Z and like all these like Kanye. And it just kind of brings kind of a danger back to rap like we had in the 90s.
So what I'm thinking is, we're talking about danger in rap. So it's on good record that the CIA and other intelligence groups had a big hand in the proliferation of gangster rap.
Yes.
They saw the beginning of rap, and as you know, the beginning of rap was not necessarily about perpetuating violence.
Yes.
It was more about reflecting the violence that they saw in their life, talking about the poverty they were living in, being creative. A lot of the first rap groups were very sort of nonviolent in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And then the CIA got their hands on it.
And the owners of private prisons.
And that is essentially becomes the same thing, because you have things like the Conference on Foreign Relations.
Yeah.
You have these, which is like a group of people who are essentially business owners and politicians that come together to help shape U.S. policy.
Yeah.
So, yes, the CIA and the private prison owners worked very closely to proliferate gangster rap, to then drive youths into violence, which would then put more people in prison and make more money. So they essentially hijacked an art form to then use it to profit off the lives of young black men. And we know that.
And that's the only time that's ever happened in history.
It's the only time.
It's the only time that anything black people have come up with was they're co-opted by the powers that be in order to oppress them more.
No, yeah. they've been getting it easy for too long. Okay, so we know that. So we know that the CIA is essentially a big part of, like, the Tupac thug life and a lot of this stuff. They're involved a lot with proliferating gangster rap. So the point is, whether we want to admit it or not, the CIA has helped create some of the most beloved rap music that we listen to. Whether you like it or not, they're a Rick Rubin, they're tastemakers.
Yes.
Okay? So, and what I'm trying to figure out lately is what does the CIA do that is actually positive, if not just interfere with culture and bend it to their will? And we think of that as a bad thing. We think of that as a gross thing. We think of that as a violation.
Yes.
Now, my thought is, what if instead of the CIA being a clandestine operation that seeks to only help the power elite, what if the CIA was open about their ability to influence culture? Because they're the best at it.
Yes.
They're better than us. They're better than any content creator. They're better than Rick Rubin. They're better than any, producer.
Yes.
They are the best. They are the tastemakers of culture. So what if instead of being an evil secret group, they were an open group that was openly leading culture, and we trusted them with their ability to change public opinion? So this is my idea for CIA equals fun.
Ooh.
You have all these guys who are, whether you want to admit it or not, marketing geniuses.
And they're hard. And they're street.
And they kill so many more people than Tupac or whoever.
Yes.
Whatever,
Literally not a single gang member in history has killed as many people.
Not a single
gang.
Member. They've never deposed a government. They've never done any of that. So what about, we go to the CIA, we go, what if instead of like killing leftist leaders who are, nationalizing the oil fields in their country, what if you guys just had a fucking record company? And what if you guys had open social media accounts and people could interact with you guys and you could just be a part of community and culture and fun and young bands who were, we're a young podcast.
Yeah.
How nice would it be if a CIA operative walked through the door and said, I got a 5-point plan to take you to the top.
And also, here's a bunch of money.
Because
that we made from working with the cartel selling fentanyl.
I don't care how they got the money.
They're not getting the money in a good way.
Who gives a hoot how they get the money? Because
the CIA is also doing a lot of fun stuff on the dark web, like live streaming murders.
Okay, so that's the thing. So the CIA knows a lot more about Discord and Reddit and 4chan and communities where young, radical-minded, hippy-dippy young folks like to hang out. So they go, hey, you got this podcast. You're only posting clips on Instagram and YouTube. Let's get you on Discord. Let's run a server. Let's get a community around you. Let's spread the message that you're not just a podcast. You're a movement. Let's get people behind you. Let's be vaguely political in ways that make it feel like somehow your jokes are part of a radical leftist shift in discourse.
Yes.
Why not? Because it's like, I feel like...
Well, they're busy. They're just a little bit too, they're a little bit too ghetto. They see two white boys like us. They're like, we don't, we prefer to work with the hip-hop artists.
Okay, thank you for bringing that point up. The CIA is racist. They only want to work with black people.
They're reverse racist, yes.
They see black stuff and they go, that's the only thing I care about. They don't care about...
young white brothers.
Young Anglo-Saxon podcasts.
Yeah.
Which is weird because these are wasps that we're talking about.
Yeah.
These are waspy ass guys, So I don't know. I think
and neither of us are wasps.
I'm just sick of being I'm not a wasp. I'm sick of just being lied to by the CIA.
I wish they'd come out, be like, crack, we did it. We did it. AIDS, we did it.
And then everybody would be like, whoa.
Thank you for telling us.
What can't you guys do?
And they're like, feed the poor. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad for us.
Wouldn't it be funny if you went to the CIA and it's like, okay, so you guys are so good at shifting culture and politics and everything. Could you feed the poor? And they were like, we don't.
Can we do what?
I have no idea how to do that. They're like, oh, fuck, that's really hard. It's way easier to just kill a guy and his wife. So I don't know. I like that idea. I like CIA equals fun. Because I'm sick of trying to figure out what's the CIA up to now? How are they influencing us?
Yes.
Just tell us. I think
Be
we're at a point,
transparent.
I think we're at a point in culture where because I was watching an interview with a guy who wrote a book on gooners. He had an interesting point, which is that, gooning is more a fetishization of the consumption of content.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you know, I wasn't necessarily privy to this. I kind of knew this, but gooners, they don't jerk off to regular porn. They jerk off to something called porn music videos.
Yes.
Where it's clips that are really no longer than 3 seconds of women to like a pounding bass beat, and then sometimes an overtone of a woman being like, "You're a gooner, you're pathetic,
You're a loser."
Yes.
Yeah.
So gooning, and a lot of what we're seeing in current Gen Z culture is this sort of proud submission to the phone and to content that's supposed to brainwash us. It's kind of like, if I'm brainwashed, and I'm gonna be brainwashed, then I will take it on as a personality.
Yeah.
Then I'll take it back. The gooners are sort of it's kind of the equivalent of black people using the N-word colloquially.
Yes.
Where they're like, it's
essentially the same thing.
If you're gonna make me into that, then I will be that. And I will be it confidently, So what I'm saying is, I think we're at a point where people are very openly in submission to brainwashing and the powers that be, and to just sort of being vessels for consumption. So at this point, why doesn't the CIA just come out and be like,
"Do you like our videos?
Do you like our videos?" Like, nobody you like is real. They are all ops. They're all working for us. Nothing's real anymore. We're the only thing that's real.
If we're the only thing that's real, then don't be with your family, because your family fake.
They fake as fuck.
They fronting.
I mean, I don't know. It does feel like...
I don't like the CIA is fronting.
Stop fronting.
Yes. Keep it real. You guys are real. We all know you're real.
Just do your thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like this...
You're hard. You're beautiful.
You beautiful. You strong. You smart. You funny. You intelligent.
You're some of the greatest artists of this generation.
Mark
and
Rothko.
Any generation.
Mark Rothko, CIA guy. Great artist.
It's Mark Rothko, CIA. How come the next big CIA guys, Cooper Lyden and Shane Bianchi?
Why not? CIA,
what are we doing wrong?
We're making an open pledge. Let's work together. Okay?
If you want us to, to spread videos of people being murdered, we'll do it.
From what I'm seeing on threads, it's clear that the CIA's main operation now is to either pose as leftists and make themselves look annoying, or pose as leftists and or liberals and make leftists look like bad people. So You're obviously trying to destroy a growing leftist youth movement in America. And we
could do that.
Are self-described leftists.
We could do it.
Who better to compromise than us?
I will 100% go on threads right now pretending to be a woman and then repost pictures of 4-year-olds that have been killed and that are boys and be like, finally, a man has died.
Yeah, I don't care.
And call myself like Miss Andre.
But I'm saying we don't even need to... Okay, I like where you're going with that.
Miss Andre woke or something. I don't know. Miss Andre bitch.
We don't even need to pretend to be different people is what I'm saying, though, is we, with the help of the CIA, become popular leftist podcasters, and then through that popularity, project ideas that are disagreeable, which then makes leftism and the youth left movement seem disagreeable.
Yes.
And disempowers us and keeps the powers that be in power.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why I'm fine doing it. Because you told me that somebody we know that I don't care for has accused me of being not leftist enough on the podcast.
Yes.
And he's a self-described very leftist guy. I'm sure we agree a good deal politically, disagree in some ways. My point is, this guy, aesthetically, one of the most annoying people I've ever met. Beyond annoying. So if the CIA came and said, do you want to do something that would make him angry? I'm petty.
Yes.
I'm not a human, I'm a bug.
Yes.
Who's to say I believe anything? So if somebody goes, You work with us, his whole friend group could wind up dead.
That's a great
well,
point.
I care more about that than the liberation of man.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great idea.
And also, I get a mini mansion in Woodland Hills.
It would be so awesome to live in Hidden Hills, have a driver, and it's all just because we sold everybody out.
It's the only way to do it.
I mean, selling people out's the way of the future.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people say we're an unsuccessful podcast, but
what they don't know is that we're not unsuccessful. We just haven't sold out yet.
We haven't sold out.
We are making a plea right now. Anyone here, anyone listening, that can help us sell out.
Even if it's fucking Quiznos.
If Quiznos is watching, which I fucking know you are, goddamn fucking Quiznos.
I know you're watching Quiznos.
Hook me up with I will do whatever you want for free sandwiches once a week. All right? Is that what you want to hear?
What if Quiznos wanted us to help overthrow a Latin American country?
Well, yeah, they grow banana peppers there, and they're trying to nationalize.
Yeah. You go deep, and you're like, I didn't even know you guys were still open, and they're like, we've just gone underground.
If we have a banana pepper shortage,
the whole shit's gonna fall down. That's why they hate Kennedy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a fun idea. I could tell a story. If you want to hear a story corner from the other day. Do you want that to be a segment, Man on the Street, but it's just stories about people I met on the street?
Yeah, get into it.
So, the other day, I was sitting outside in Atwater Village, and I was smoking a cigarette, and a man wearing a backpack, a kind of chubby 40s man, wearing a backpack, missing a tooth, came up to ask for a cigarette, and I was like, sorry, man. I didn't think he was homeless, but in retrospect, he might be homeless. I said, sorry, man, I don't have a smoke. I don't have a smoke to spare. He came back 2 hours later with a pack of Lucky Strikes, and he said, yeah, you told me to go down there and get them, and so I got them. And I did not tell him that.
Well, it sounds like this guy just, whether or not you told him it, he just needs direction.
Yes.
You tell him what to do, he'll do it.
Yeah.
He's a worker. He's a soldier.
Yes, well, I sent him off to do a mission.
Yeah.
So he comes up, he's drinking a big tall boy. He's like, I guess he's drunk. And we start talking. He starts asking me questions about, where I'm from. He mentions that he has family in Arkansas. And then he asked me how old I am. I say 28. And then he goes, to be honest, I thought you were around 34. And I said, oh, yeah, I look like shit. And he goes, oh, stress from toxic pussy. I go, oh, not really, no. And then he goes, I had to deal with that one time. I had this girl, I had this ex-girlfriend. She was acting a certain way, so I called up a couple of my friends, and we had that taken care of. And I said, oh, I get what you mean. And then he goes, do you get what I mean? I'm just saying, don't piss on a hornet's nest. Do you know what that means? And I go, yeah, if you don't cause problems. And he says, what happens if you cause problems? And I go, you get problems done to you? And he goes, no, solution happens. Just so you know, it was a long phone call. And then I was like, I understand you now. And then he looked at me and he went, do you play hockey? You have a hockey build. I play hockey down there.
Really?
Yes.
Where's he playing hockey in Atwater Village?
He was playing hockey, I don't know where.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so wait, what else did he say? He also told me he just got accepted in nursing school. So that's the sort of interactions you have on the street in LA if you talk to someone for too long.
I like it ending with him going to nursing school. Because it's like, I'm somebody that
He started with nursing school. I forgot to bring it up.
Okay. That's the kind of thing you get, though, where it's just people are like, I'm going to be a healthcare professional. I'm also the kind of person who will call to have somebody I love murdered. And I'm the person who's going to be injecting stuff into your grandma's arm.
Yes.
So don't get curious as to why I'm not patient. Because I've done stuff that will never leave me. I also like, what an alpha. Just steering the conversation.
Yeah.
Because like when you first told me that, I was kind of like, how do you get to that point in the conversation.
Yeah.
But that question is silly because there is no get to that point.
Yes.
People who kill their girlfriend, they're like, they go into every conversation like, how many sentences until I get to admit to murder?
Yes.
How many? Because I gotta tell somebody.
Oh yeah.
Which is something funny about the bragging of criminals. It's very obviously just like immense guilt.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to masquerade it as like you're proud of it. But really, you just can't live with it. So you have to tell somebody.
Yeah.
Like he saw you on the street and was immediately like, that's a guy I can tell I murdered my girlfriend.
People always think shit like that about me. They're like, I can tell him the worst thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
People, and also I do want to point out, anyone that doesn't live in LA, this is a very nice neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a gentrified.
It's a super
It's
nice neighborhood.
Yuppie central. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, something about, and not even just you particular, but if you're smoking a cig on the street,
Yes.
guys who killed their girlfriend are like, I can tell this guy.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. I think it's my stone face and the fact that I was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
He also had no concern at all for the fact that I was just trying to read my book.
Of course not. He needed to admit
He
to
needed
murder.
he needed to come up and be like, "Yep, I guess I probably was in a gang when I was a kid and I had my girlfriend killed."
Were you on the Kava patio?
I was.
And was he also on the patio?
He was not.
Oh, wait.
He was walking on the sidewalk.
So so if people don't know, it's like this coffee shop type thing. There's an outside patio that's like elevated by 4 feet from the sidewalk.
Yes.
You're sitting in a table on an elevated patio with a gate there
Yes.
that you can see through, but you're sitting there. So he's talking to you. He's looking up.
Yes.
Wow, that's even crazier.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's really the amount of things that would make it so you guys shouldn't have spoken that he pushed through to be like, okay, he's on a patio, I'm on the street, he's reading, he's above me, there's a metal barrier between us. I still got to tell him. I
got to let him know.
There's something kind of childlike about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like looking up at the man reading and smoking and being like, Papa, I done something bad.
Isn't it crazy that literally every interaction you're going to have in LA is like at some point gets bad?
I mean, it is funny because it's like in New York, you meet somebody on the street because they like love your jacket, and then you find out that they're friends with your friend, and you know, you just went to the same concert 2 days ago and you didn't know you were both in the same place, and then you have a friend and, you know, maybe you have sex with them.
Yeah.
But in LA, the only people you meet on the street are just a guy that's like, all the worst things that can happen to a human happened to me.
And I did some really awful stuff.
And I did equally bad stuff to other people. Guys just come up there like, so pretty much I was born into a cycle of violence. And because of that, I perpetuated that cycle.
And also, I really like this neighborhood. It's so nice.
Yeah.
You're in a very nice neighborhood, and a guy will come up to you and be like, I killed my girlfriend.
Yeah. Which I think that's the funny thing about gentrification. It's like you can put in as many coffee shops as you want. Guys who kill their girlfriend are going to tell the people at the coffee shops. They go, listen, I don't care how nice it looks here. I still killed my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear about it. If you go to Beverly Hills, you're not going to hear about it.
Yeah.
That's been rich forever. But we were poor 20 years ago.
Yeah.
She died 15 years ago. Now we're talking. Now we're getting to brass tacks.
It is weird coming back when you come back from New York, you like kind of want to talk, you want to be like a little bit more present in the city and part of the community, but then you find out immediately you can't do that.
No, you can't. You're not supposed to do that.
Like, I had my window rolled down and I was smoking a cigarette, and some woman started telling me about how she's with her brother, and her brother had tools in his car, and she's like, he could fix that. He could fix that right there. Just pull over right now. And I was like, I'm good. I'm going to work.
Yeah, that's a classic scam.
Classic.
She was driving?
She was not. She was in the passenger seat.
Right. Okay.
And
she was in the car.
Her brother didn't look at me at all.
Sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to remember his face.
Yeah. Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, it is funny. It's like people who talk to you on the street in New York might want to make a connection.
Yeah.
Any stranger who talks to you in LA wants to like rob you or like chain you up or admit to murder.
Yes.
or rob you, chain you up, or admit to doing those things to somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's really all it is.
It's a beautiful city. I watched Collateral last night. Great LA movie.
LA movie. I walked into the liquor store down the street, and it was that thing that you'll see a lot where, like, a homeless guy doesn't have a specific problem. He has the same problem he's had for years.
Yeah.
Because he's homeless, but he's really upset about it today.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, like, I walked in the liquor store, and he was like, please. And the guy was like, I can't help. You got to. And I walked in, he was like, I need money. Like, he immediately looked at me, he's like, I need money. And I was like, I don't have cash.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, you got to go outside. And then he went outside and then immediately laid on the floor and was just like screaming and like so upset.
Yeah.
And then I bought my Zins and left. And then I saw the liquor store owner go out and go to his car. I assumed to maybe give him a couple bucks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's always a weird interaction, though, because sometimes you walk in there. I think the funny thing about LA is that people who move here don't know that being nice can backfire.
Oh, yeah.
And that a lot of times being nice to a homeless person inside of a business will make the business owner hate you.
Yes.
So, like, there are certain people who would walk into that liquor store and see that homeless guy and be like, oh my gosh, well, like, let's go around the store, get anything you want, and then let's do it. And then the business owner's immediately like, this motherfucker's going to be here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
He's going to, like, ask me to, like, get stuff out of the back. You know what I mean? He's going to, like, want to taste test a wine or some shit.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think in that moment, maybe I should have been, because here's the thing, what I don't like about it is that sometimes with homeless people in LA, you have to take on a position of authority that is not earned.
Yes.
And is not human. But it's like, I think I could have done when I walked in, when that guy's like, I need money. I could have been like, go get a beer as fast as you can. I'll pay for it. And then you have to leave.
Yeah.
Because you're bothering this guy. But I don't want to talk to a grown man like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So then it's like, you're either treating a grown man like that, or you're ignoring a person who needs help.
Yes.
So it's weird.
I pulled out a $5 bill to give to like this homeless guy on the street earlier today, and he got spooked. Like, me moving towards him and got him spooked, and he just kind of fastly walked away.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah,
that'll happen too.
Yeah,
you forget that most of their interactions are not people helping them. Most of their
90% of their interactions are a guy moving fastly towards them to beat the fuck out of them.
It's a lot of like, get out of here or get over here. It's you know, it's not a lot of like, I have something for you. You know, I saw a video that kind of sickened me. Where a guy, I mean, it's like a nice thing, but it's also not a nice thing. Where he walked around LA. He went up to several homeless people and was like, do you want to sleep in my house tonight? And then a lot of homeless people were like, no. Because they're like, no, you're going to fucking kill me. But then one guy was like, yeah. And then they brought him home and he took a shower. And then they treat him like a kid the whole time, where he's like, how was your shower? And then they feed him dinner and they're like, how was your food? And then this was the grossest part. They set up an air mattress in his living room.
Yeah.
And then he goes to bed. He takes a video of him tucking in a grown man into bed. And then the guy wakes up. He wakes him up in the morning. He's like, Henry, how was it? And he's like, it was amazing. You know, because there's no other way for the homeless guy to act. Like, he's still happy to have a bed for the night.
And it's so crazy that they're just like, all right, go.
That's what, I mean, yeah. Then, I mean, obviously after the video's over, it's like, leave, you know, like that's immediately what's happening. And then that guy could be killed the next day.
Yeah. Because he's clean.
The problem is homeless.
He's clean, so they're like, this motherfucker's got money.
Yeah. Your ass coming back clean. The problem.
I was doing a joke. Maybe I should go back to doing it about like, back when they were like, what was it? The shoes they were getting rid of? They were like burning shoes during Colin Kaepernick. Remember this?
No.
Well, they were like, some shoes were getting burnt for some reason.
Okay.
And like people were saying, don't give the shoes, don't get rid of them, just give them to the homeless. And it's like, why do you think homeless people aren't walking around with nice things? It's because nobody gets murdered over a trench coat covered in dog shit.
It is funny to imagine a homeless guy like getting a new pair of LeBrons. He's like, thank you. And then he's walking around. He's like, fuck. They gave me the get killed shoes. They gave me the get shot in the head shoes. God damn it. A 16-year-old's going to shoot me in the head tonight. This sucks. I mean, my feet feel great, but this ain't worth it.
Yeah. Anyway.
The problem with homeless people and content creators is that homeless people need so much help that if a guy is like using them as a puppet, they're like, well, I get a bed.
Yeah, yeah.
So they'll be part of the video.
Yeah, they're like, I have to let you exploit me.
Yeah. Because they're like, I mean, I'm getting exploited every day.
Yeah.
This guy's giving me food at least.
Yeah.
That's what's annoying about the whole thing of like, why
he
you
doesn't fuck me.
Why you hate, yeah. Where people are like, why are you hating on this guy? You know, he's just being nice. It's like, well, it's the nicest version of exploitation.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's still exploitation. It's just the nicest version of it, which is very sad that we as a society are just, that's just the bar for normal nice now.
Yeah.
It's very fucked up. Okay. Well, how about we end on a quick note? New section. How to be cool.
How to be cool. Dress exactly like I do, but not work shirts. Like if you follow me on Instagram, just dress like that.
Okay, I like that. I think to be cool, you can dress 0.5 to, no, I want to say 1 to 5% out of your race.
Okay.
So if you go too far, it's obvious you're appropriating, not cool.
Yeah.
1 to 5, cool.
Yes.
You're a white man in a Cuban link.
Yeah.
That's in a safe 1 to 5.
Okay.
So, because being cool, you can't only do what your race does. You have to be a man of the world. You have to be cultured. You can't wear a dashiki.
No.
But try on a chain.
Yeah.
Try that out.
So try that out next for this week. CIA, hit our line. You know our number. You know everyone's number.
And to the CIA, stay funny.
Stay funny.